45, 50, now 50,000, now 50, 55. You got to be 5. You got to be 60 now. You're behind again. 55. Jeff's in. 55, 60, 55, 60. Found the bear all done. 5. You get 60. 60 found. Thank you. You said no and a half. Your way, Jeff.
And welcome back on the desk here at Fasig-Tipton as Primetime Racing's coverage of the Lexington Selected Yearling sale continues. Pleased to be joined by a special guest right now, Marvin Katz. Joins us on the desk, and this has been a pretty eventful 24 hours. Let's go back to last night. $1 million yearling that you sell.
It's not the first time we've done that. It's the second time we've sold a yearling for $1 million. Exceeded our expectations, obviously, but this was a spectacular filly. Any breeder would love to have her added to their broodmare band. It's just a tremendous individual, terrific pedigree. She had everything going for her, and
I mean, the trotting fillies, we knew they were going to draw a lot of interest. Last night, if you were a trotting fan, and this was the night for you, really, night number one. What was the expectation, though? Did you think $1 million was possible?
No. No. I knew she'd bring a lot of money. I knew that she'd be up near the top end of the sale.
Yeah.
You never think that type of number, but I anticipated that she'd bring a great deal of money. And probably as much as any of the top end trotting fillies in the sale. I expected that.
What's that emotion like when you're selling compared to buying? I would have to think it's quite the thrill to see something that you've been involved with from day one then reach a level like that.
So this story goes back to her granddam, Creamy Mimi, Bart Glass, who worked with us for many years before his passing, found her for us. We raced her as a 2-year-old. As a 3-year-old, she won the Hamiltonian Oaks for us. Right. She went into our broodmare band and has been a very prolific producer, French wine, French laundry, French cafe, so forth. So she's absolutely a blue hen and an outstanding matron. It's the family of Pizza Dolce and so forth. It's one of the outstanding families in the entire industry. Her dam, French Cafe, raced for us, made about $250,000. Julie Miller trained her, and we added her to our broodmare band. And her first foal was French Champagne, who made just about $600,000 to a record of 50. I think she won the Elegant Image and the Jersey Classic and some other significant stuff. So it's a family that ticks all of the pedigree, all the boxes you could imagine. They're a very prolific family and a great individual. It's hard to find a better combination.
So, I mean, you get $1 million yearling there on night number one. That obviously makes you pretty happy. But how's the rest of I know we're only partway through sale day number 2, but how's the rest of it going? You just sold 3 more horses.
Yeah, we've sold 17 horses so far. We have 30 in the consignment, so we're a little over halfway. I think the sale has been strong for what the market wants, obviously. And they're willing to pay a great deal of money for what the market wants. And then there's some spotty spots, and that's historically the way it's been. I think last night they were near their record level, just marginally below that. And I think they'll have a good day today as well. You know, considering the headwinds that there are within our industry, I would say the sale is very, very strong.
Talk about your investment in the sport here in Kentucky. You've got your hat on there, Clear Creek at Brittany. Can you share a little bit about that?
So that was an evolution that happened between George Siegel and myself. We have become very, very good friends. We had a number of broodmares that we assembled together, and it was a transition, really. So we historically had sold through Kentuckiana Farms. I didn't want to be in the selling part of it in that regard. So what we did is we kept the entire staff. Art Zubrod and Leah retired, but Dale and Patty Hogan stayed on as the farm managers. The entire operational staff stayed, and Bobby Brady oversees it. So operationally, there's been an integration with the Kentuckiana operation, but under our auspices.
I mean, right now, the way the industry is going here in Kentucky, there's obviously quite a bit of money, and then the announcement last night that the Breeders' Crown's coming here.
Yes.
This really is the happening spot right now, isn't it?
I think so. Clearly, there's a lot of energy, a lot of interest in Kentucky and Lexington, of course. It appears that the trajectory is clearly, the arrow's pointed up. But I also think the entire Midwest, Ohio, Indiana, Kentucky, that axis has gotten stronger and much more influential in terms of the industry. And I think it's challenging the Eastern Seaboard for predominance within the industry.
Well, let's go towards the east, I guess. We'll go back home, essentially, Ontario. The Breeders' Crown Charity Challenge is a part of the Breeders' Crown festivities. This goes back to 2019. And earlier today, those that tuned in earlier were able to watch the special cocktail reception and presentation that we had. Let's first talk about the Breeders' Crown Charity Challenge, because this year, again, seems like we're gaining a lot of good steam heading towards the Breeders' Crown. But today, again, you did a presentation to, I think it was the University of Kentucky Children's Hospital, correct?
Yes.
How important is it, again, and I know you've said this time and time again, to not just support those local charities in the host communities, but again, a spot like this right here in Lexington?
Yeah, so I think it's incumbent on every industry to give back to its resident community, whether it's a sales facility, the racetracks that we are,
right,
and the communities that they're in. And I'm a firm believer in that. Most corporations do this readily. The racetracks, they jumped on board quickly. They thought it was terrific. But to my surprise, I think to a lot of people, the industry was really stood behind it. Mm-hmm. And I think someone once said that it's hard to say no to Marvin. Well, Marvin's made many phone calls and hadn't had many no's. So the real champions, as I've said previously, are the industry and the participation, the level of participation. But the Breeders' Crown Charity Challenge, to me, is one leg of a pillar of things that we need to build out in our industry. I think it's important. It's very successful now and become a part of the Breeders' Crown celebration. But I think we need to do more of this type of work. And hopefully it's a template that others will follow. Yeah,
I really hope so. And I think obviously the groundwork has been laid now. This isn't something that's brand new anymore. We're going back to 2019. And I guess it was probably back several weeks now, but there was a community day at Woodbine Mohawk Park where it was an opportunity not just to raise awareness for the local charities this year and the Breeders' Crown Charity Challenge, but also to introduce new fans to the sport. And I know you were out there on that day. I was there as well, and I just thought that was just a wonderful day and a wonderful opportunity to showcase what we have going on.
I want to thank you, all of the Mohawk team, and in particular Heather Flaherty, for the great job you did on that day. It was outstanding. I took my two grandsons and my daughter-in-law and we went out. They got their faces painted. They went on a pony ride. There was a sulky where they had a two-seater sulky. My older grandson did that. And I would think there were 500 to 1,000 people there
over the
course of the day. Yeah. There were long queues for a lot of the stuff.
Yeah.
And just an outstanding job. This was the second year that we've added that event. And again, it's expanding the footprint, bringing young people in, exposing it to families with young people, making it family friendly, and it was a resounding success. And it's just another way in that template of reaching out into our community, exposing our business to other people in different ways than we've tried in the past.
It's been really well received, I think, and a lot of people that came out certainly had a good time. Earlier today, we did have the auction, the benefit auction with those breedings for next season to a lot of the top stallions in the sport. I think was the final to $163,000.
Correct.
Incredible, again, how quickly that comes together, and that's all going to go towards the Breeders' Crown Charity Challenge, which is going to surpass over $2 million raised. That's really incredible.
Yes. That's a lot of money. And
it is.
It's gone to very meaningful charities, distributed through all the communities over the last 7 years, and particularly now at Mohawk this year.
Yeah.
I'm very excited. It's home. And there's some very deserving charities that are going to have a good infusion of monies. It's a good thing. They're just the right thing to do.
It really is, and I know it's really appreciated, those that are contributing to it, yourself included, Brad Grant, who we heard from a little bit earlier, George Millar, Serge Godin, the drivers as well that are involved. It's really been a team effort, but you're going to hand off the torch now, I understand, to Joe McLeod as we look ahead to 2026?
Yes, next year the Breeders' Crown will be at Scioto, and thankfully John Campbell found my resignation letter. It's only taken about 5 years.
I was going to say, I thought you told me this a while ago.
Right. I've been sending it in, but he said the mail ain't what it used to be. So,
well, Marvin, we appreciate all the efforts in that. I think it's really been a positive for the harness racing industry, and as well, the industry having another $1 million yearling. That's great news because that certainly raises the profile. Congratulations on that, and best of luck through the rest of the sale, of course, and as the racing season continues.
Yes, I look forward to seeing you and all the Mohawk team. Hopefully we'll have a couple of horses there racing in the Breeders' Crown events. And you guys are great partners for this, and you do everything first class. Thank you very much, Mark.
Absolutely. Well, we really appreciate it. We'll now send things back in to the sales ring as we continue with our Day 2 coverage.
Thank you.
Now 30,000 on the other hand. Now 530. At 25 now 30, 30, 37, 30. At 39, 30, 30. Now 5.